Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mercury. Welcome to my channel. It's my daily vlog, so whatever I'm up to is what you're gonna see. And as we're coming to the end of the cruise, I figured this was a good time to talk a bit about the food, right? Food, cruising, it's a big deal, you know? But it's even a bigger deal when you have dietary restrictions, and what does that mean? So when I was on Oasis of the Seas, I did a video about this already, so I did go into a lot of detail on that. So I wanted to talk a little bit about how Anthem accommodated my dietary restrictions, what I was able to have, and the differences that I noticed. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be talking food. So just to be clear, I only ate at eateries that were included. I did not do any specialty dining on this trip. So this is about the Windjammer, this is the main dining room, this is Cafe Promenade. Those are the main places that I was getting food at. So let's start with breakfast. Breakfast, I typically went to the Windjammer every day with one exception, which I will talk about. And they have an omelet station. So I was able to get an omelet. If you look at the video that I posted earlier, which is sort of like a day following me around, that video, there's a lot of shots of the different things that were included in the breakfast buffet, all sorts of options, your standards, your pancakes, your waffles, your eggs. They had the fix-ins for a traditional English breakfast, so roast tomato and some beans. They also had Asian style breakfast. They had, if you like coffee and croissant, they had that. So they really, full spectrum. They have something for everyone at the Windjammer for breakfast. I did not go to the main dining room for breakfast any day. I typically just to get my day going, I want to eat and I want to get on to what I'm doing. And the main dining room, it's a longer meal. It's a longer meal, and that wasn't what I was looking to do. So my breakfast every day was the Windjammer. Now the one exception to that was actually today. I got room service. So room service with a limited continental breakfast menu is included. Now Mercury, what on earth can you eat from a limited continental breakfast menu? Aha, my friends, they have oatmeal. They have plain oatmeal, and they have fruit plates and coffee and juice. So that is exactly what I did. I had a bowl of oatmeal, some raisins. I did kind of plan ahead the night before. I got a little bit of honey, because honey is not something that's regularly served unless you ask for it. So I went down to Cafe Promenade the night before, knowing I was planning on getting the room service, and they gave me this little tiny jar of honey, and it was perfect. So I had that for my oatmeal, and I had that to sweeten my coffee, and it was delicious. So I had room service this morning because I had an activity booked at 9:30. If you want to see the bumper car video, I'll put a link to that. But that's what I was doing at 9:30, and it was early, and I typically am eating breakfast at that time. So I was like, let me try out room service. So the limited continental breakfast, that's included. If you want full breakfast delivered to your room, there is a service fee for room service, and also for any other meal time, like lunch or dinner, there's a service fee. But continental breakfast, it was great. They brought me a bowl of oatmeal, got my fruit plates, and a whole carafe of coffee. It was perfect. So that was my typical breakfasts. On to lunch. Again, I'm usually on the go, which typically means Windjammer. The Solarium Bistro was only open for breakfast on this trip. And when I was on Oasis of the Seas in October, the Solarium Bistro had a magnificent lunch that I really enjoyed, but it was not open for lunch on this sailing. So just be aware, if you go on one ship, don't assume it's going to be the same on the next ship you're on. Little differences here and there. So again, I didn't want to sit down and be there for an hour, so I never actually did the main dining room for lunch. So Windjammer, again, it's all good. I like the Windjammer. Lots and lots of options. I went to the Windjammer today, but I brought my plate back down. I'm sitting on my balcony, and I just did this a few days, when the windjammer was just like really, really busy, bring it down. If you have a balcony room, I mean, I could sit and eat here and just chill. See? Little Mercury tip if you have a balcony room and you want a quiet place for lunch. Yeah, you don't have to eat in the windjammer if you got the food from the windjammer. You could take it wherever you want to go. Now, food at the windjammer is great. They have a little bit of everything. I will say that the attendants who are there to serve the food, they don't necessarily know what's in the food that they're serving. So if you have questions about a food item, like what's in it, like there was one day that there was a seafood salad, and I just wanted to make sure it didn't have any mayonnaise in it, because otherwise it looked like everything I could eat. The person couldn't answer my question, but they went and they got one of the chefs out of the kitchen to come over and answer my questions. So I was like, while you're here, let me just ask you, and I, clarified things that I can and can't eat from the windjammer. So I got a good sense of what to be looking for. So I get my grilled chicken or grilled fish, and I get my salad every day, and I'm good. Yesterday they had kebabs, so it was like grilled chicken on a kebab with some peppers. It was delicious. So yeah, I've always been able to find something at the windjammer and never had an issue. And again, if you have dietary restrictions and you ever question anything, there's always a head chef, a head waiter that you can speak to who can, help you navigate the way. They want to make sure you have something to eat. Then dinner. So dinner I've been eating in the main dining room every night. And this worked very, very much like it did on Oasis of the Seas. I gave them my list of things I can and can't eat. I said, okay, let's figure this out. Then my waiter brought over the head waiter and we had a chat. This time the chef didn't come out. The head waiter was able to, deliver the message to them. There wasn't any confusion and they got it rolling for me right off the bat. So it was really, really good. I will say that they kept my main dishes very clean. Like they didn't ever put sauces or butter, or they kept it very, very plain. And I'd rather err on the side of caution than take a chance and get sick on my trip. So I appreciate that. That's, not a complaint in any way, but just, be aware that even if you can eat something, they may leave something out just to be cautious. But that said, they made up for it in seasoning things very well. Everything was cooked properly, so it tasted delicious. It just didn't have like the sauce. It's okay. I will say the appetizers, chef's kiss, delicious. There was not an appetizer I didn't like. They were so flavorful. My favorite, I got a tuna tartare. Oh, that was my favorite of the whole trip. It had a lot of garlic, so if you don't like garlic, but I love garlic. It was so good. And then I also got like an eggplant, I forget what you call it. It's not tartare because it's not like a raw fish kind of thing, but it's made out of eggplant and olives. Maybe it was like a tapenade or something like that, where it was like ground up and like, that was really good too. That was really, really good too. I got shrimp cocktail without the cocktail sauce a few times. Salad, it was all good. And then I did what I did on Oasis, where I asked them to set up a cheese plate for me to bring back to my room after dinner, because snacks are hard for me. And there's not a lot of snacks after dinner I can get. So the only thing open is Cafe Promenade. And the only thing at Cafe Promenade that I can eat is fruit. Fruit and beverages. So if I don't want honeydew, watermelon, pineapple, or cantaloupe, there's nothing. So my waiter every day bring over a cheese plate for me. So I always had a little something to nosh on. It works out perfectly. There's a refrigerator in the room. Just be aware the refrigerator doesn't accommodate a plate. So what I would do is I would repack the cheese into cups, and then I put the cups in the refrigerator because those fit. So just be aware, you might need to snag a cup from like Cafe Promenade or ask the stateroom attendant or something like that, just because the plates don't fit in the refrigerator. But yeah, it worked out really well. So overall, great time. Food was delicious. I usually got like a grilled fish or a grilled chicken for dinner. I had grilled salmon. There was like a cod. They were all really good. They were all really good. But, you know, on every sailing, what there is lobster night. Yes, there is lobster night. And I think my waiters get as excited as I do for lobster night because they're like, you can eat good this night. And they give me extra lobster tails. Just like last time, my waiter, I did not ask for this. Did not ask for this. My waiter gave me 3 tails. 3 tails! Yeah. And you know what? I ate them all. Because they were tasty. So it was great. It was great. Yeah. So dining made easy with dietary restrictions on a cruise. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Just let them know what you need and they will help you out. So with that, I'm gonna eat my lunch. I'm getting hungry and it is sitting there calling me. So I hope this video is helpful. If you have any questions about dietary needs and you know, we're nervous about getting on a boat, like what am I gonna eat? What am I gonna do? Rest of these, they will figure something out for you. They're really good about it. So with that, I am done and I will see you tomorrow. And until then, stay inspired by everyone. Take care.